Hold up, are you guys the jokers? The prince isn't going to let you off easy. Retreating constantly, the prince pinned him against the wall. Get lost. This is my mom's house. Mom's place. What are you doing here? Mom shouted, and the prince let go. This guy almost broke his vow, scared of getting nailed by Mommy. He yelled scram, and let Curly go. What a jerk. But Mom was more concerned about him. Learned from news this project blocked commercial development. Fraser, the developer's boss, is the prince's arch-nemesis. Curly and his buddy planned to take it slow, but Old Cow happened to pass by and saw the trio. He angrily lectured the On his first payday, the prince decided to buy a gift for Mom, and behold those shiny new shoes. Mom, too touched to speak, showered the prince with love. He filled the void. Under his sister's hints, he shyly hugged her. And that sister of his who loves to tease him. The prince bought her a shiny new fur. He crossed off a wish and closed his notebook, only for his sister to burst in with a cup of coffee. With those genuine eyes, he caught the prince staring blankly. Once he snapped back, coffee went flying everywhere. He was thinking about how to fix things, but later realized it might be a bit tricky. Life was good, and the family was as happy as a reunion dinner, snapping a family photo. Happiness was fleeting. Suddenly, a man sought the prince, once their fierce rival. The decade passed swiftly like the flick of a wrist, and the man no longer harbored resentment towards the injuries suffered during his retirement. Instead, he began to reminisce about Old Cow and mention their latest plans. He urged the prince to quickly leave with his family. After all, that guy was capable of anything. He once had 2 lackeys ready to deal with the prince and his mom. Curly, using Prince's absence, led his men into the restaurant. Mom, fearless, couldn't stop the thugs. He got dragged out and bam. They started smashing things. No matter how hard he tried, Curly was unmoved. Hearing Mom cry, the sister rushed over to hug Curly's head, but because she feared the prince, Curly didn't dare go too far. That night, the prince sought out Curly, saying, "We have nothing to discuss. I just want to meet with Prime Minister Xu." Old Cow was surprised by the prince's demeanor, but still wore a look of disdain. The prince begged Old Cow to spare his family. Old Cow wrote a letter, wanting the prince to be his prime minister. But the prince didn't hold back or refuse. "Please, I'm begging you." Hearing that attitude, Old Cow likely got scared and sent a lethal message, coordinating with the cops and his little henchmen. They sent some thugs to the auto shop, and when they opened the door, they intentionally caused trouble. "Mess up my right now, I'm joking around, sort of," and the prince was laughing uncontrollably. So soft and weak, the other party wasn't even on guard, and blood was dripping from the prince's mouth. "Why are you disturbing me? I was merely addressing company issues." They tightly surrounded the prince, beating him, but he didn't plan to fight back, no matter the pain. Boss sensed something wrong and rushed to stop it, but the thug seized the wrench, unleashing a fierce move. To one surprise, the prince unexpectedly heard a shout. He jumped up to help, protecting the boss tightly while others pounded him until a crowd gathered. Only then did they leave. Seeing the prince didn't retaliate, the cops felt pity, wanting to send him back to jail. Looks like this plan flopped. That little punk heard about today's events and came to mock, thinking the prince was a fierce tiger. But now it seems he's just a scaredy cat. "How do you know?" "I'm just a kid." Kid. Feeling underestimated, Little Ape began to roast him. He couldn't believe why he would encounter such hatred from others. This conversation, clueless sister heard everything loud, and though his heart was filled with melancholy, making him quite upset, it wasn't entirely unacceptable. After enduring a sleepless night, he finally mustered up the courage to speak the truth. "I've never, before this moment, witnessed a man so deeply saddened." Watching the prince cry, she thought he was too young, and didn't understand the harshness of the world. She thought he wasn't a bad person. The sister felt sorry for him deep down. "So I searched for days, and I just heard a hush. After a decade of watching, I began to feel as though I was almost healed. So my kid had a little brat." After hearing Mom, the sister got it all straight, even if her words had the sting. But she still asked the prince to stay. The dead brother was indeed a brother, but never reliable, often beating Mom over a few. He made the neighbors complain, so when he died young, she felt an odd sense of relief. Now I can sleep peacefully. Mom doesn't have to get hurt anymore. The prince waited high and low, while the sister raced home, unaware of a motorcycle zooming toward her. The sister was rushed to the hospital. Mom stared blankly at her and decided to concede. She planned to sell the restaurant and leave with her kids. Knowing Old Cow wouldn't let him go, the prince proactively visited him. The prince humbled himself, saying he'd leave with family. Old Cow smirked, ready to make him cut ties.